It is time for Josh and I to go 3 rounds. I'm Jordan Kurtz sitting alongside Josh Fremd. This 3-round segment is brought to you by Mad Kingdom Insane Supply Company. Go to themadkingdom.com to check out all of your gear needs. Josh, I believe that you've actually had some signature tees through them.
I do, and Mad Kingdom is great. So if you guys go check them out, give them a holler, look at what they got on their store. It's some really cool stuff. I know you're going to love it.
Danny Bailey's going to try to make sure that this stays a fair fight here for 3 rounds.
I don't fight fair, no.
I don't really either. I'm not above going below the belt. You know, all Eric Anders somebody. I'm not above it. What do we got, Danny?
Luke Rockhold returns at UFC 268 in November against the belle of the ball this last weekend, Sean Strickland. What are your thoughts and expectations for that matchup?
I love it because I think that Luke Rockhold is going to come back and get his candy ass whipped. I think that Luke Rockhold is one of the most overrated guys ever since he lost the title. He was at one point one of the top guys in the middleweight division, and maybe it's just his smug attitude, but I absolutely cannot stand Luke Rockhold, and the way that Sean Strickland is just a bulldog that will put the pace on him, I can't wait.
You know, I used to be a huge fan of Luke Rockhold. I sipped the Kool-Aid. I thought he was just amazing. I thought he was great. And then when, I heard a couple stories, a couple things, when he fought in Pittsburgh, how he treated people. And, he's a showgirl. He's a little mouthy, whiny kid anymore. And, lately, him getting his candy ass whooped. It'd be pretty nice to see Strickland do it, That's a psychopath right there. Like, that's a legitimate fighter. Like, that is a legitimate fighter. And
I love it.
He might be a no-name to Luke Rockhold, but he'll learn his name after that night for sure.
Oh, that's going to be one of those, like, Anthony Smith, the Hector Lombard moments.
He's going to talk shit the whole
where he's
time.
Screaming across the cage, like, you know my name now?
Yeah.
You know my name? I bet you respect me now.
Yeah.
Those are the crazy moments of this game, and that's why I love MMA so much. Danny, what do we got? Second round.
Round 2. Former UFC title challenger Chad Mendes announced his return to combat sports on the Joe Rogan Experience, except now he's taking a stab at bare knuckle. You excited to see him on the BK circuit?
Yeah, actually, I am.
Kind of, yeah.
The thing is Chad Mendes, I had a feeling that he was coming back to fighting a couple of months ago, to be completely honest, just by seeing his social media and the training footage that he was putting out. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just regular working out. It was
fight training.
Working out with intent. There was purpose behind it. And also, he looked to be back more in streamlined shape.
Mm-hmm.
Might have a little bit of that good elk meat in his system,
the good
but
kind.
He doesn't have to worry. About that USADA protocol anymore.
Yeah, not with BK, no. But it's exciting to see. But also, you also hear like BK's where former UFC fighters go to retire. That's their graveyard, and I hope he's not doing it for the money because I hope he doesn't need it. Chad Mendes was a legend in the UFC. But it'll be exciting. He has a style that can, bring in an audience, and he'll probably put up a couple wars.
I don't think that it's from the money standpoint, and I say this from I watched the conversation.
Oh, okay.
Of him
have
with
not.
Joe, and Chad, ever since he's gotten out of fighting, has a very successful guide business. He's an outdoorsman, big into
fins and feathers.
Fins and feathers, exactly.
Like that,
where he guides fishing as well as hunting trips. And they also, I believe that they have some sort of, I can't remember what the brand name is, but they produce some sort of food product as well. Like MERs or things like that. Yeah, exactly. Stuff that's very into those the outdoorsmen and the nature element.
Going
and
on,
I
long
know that he's
hunts.
successful within that space. What he said within the conversation was that he hadn't completely ever seen that competitive fire, that belly. He said that he was kind of banged up and hurt for a while, but he never had closure to the competitive fire.
Yeah.
And coming back to fighting, but bare knuckle more or less, was a challenge that was new, and it was something that got him out of bed, essentially.
Yeah.
That was the underlying theme to everything that he said. It was something that excited him to want to re-embrace the grind.
Yeah, and that fire, it never goes away. You know, like some guys get out on top, and you know, they might still have that fire there, but they have closure with it because, you know, they ended on top. Chad Mendes is, you know, he's didn't end on top, but like you said, he was
Bridesmaid
injured.
many a time.
Bridesmaid many a time, never the bride. But you know, if that fire doesn't go away, and if you're truly training correctly, and like we believe he is, then yeah, for sure he should have a great showing.
Absolutely. Danny, what do we have? Third round.
Cheyenne Bays was at the center of attention for her emotional reaction to receiving a $50,000 performance bonus. $75,000 bonuses have been teased the last couple pay-per-views. Should that number become the norm?
I think so. I think that it's a way to bridge the gap on the obvious and the glaring pay deficiency situation that's going on within the UFC. Just hearing her share her story of being in debt for her entire show and win check for that fight, just taking the chance on getting back out to Vegas to prepare her, you know, for obviously a very pivotal moment within her career. She was elevated to be in that co-main slot due to the cancellations that the card saw. Yeah. But, you know, seeing those outbursts, whether it's her to Brandon Royval last year, the money situation is a very, very real thing in fighting.
It is. And you alluded to it earlier, like the difference in pay when it comes to paying athletes in major sports. Like UFC's at the bottom almost. Right. Like the revenue share that they get is basically almost zero.
Sub 20%.
Sub 20%, which is tough. And you love seeing those stories, like, I guess in a way, Cheyenne getting this money and she's breaking down and like it's real heartfelt. But if you take a step back and look, like, these people give up their lives to do this. They're putting their life on the line. Yes, it's entertainment. Yes, it's an opportunity. It's not a job. But pay them. Pay them respectfully. So, you know, coming as a professional fighter, I'll tell you right now, I'm broke half the time of my life because I'm chasing this dream. And there's people who are top level facing killers and they're getting paid peanuts. Nah, come on. This is a professional sport. Let's treat them like professionals.
You said it way better than I ever could. So that is why we have you here sitting alongside me and Josh. Thank you so much once again for joining us along. You can follow him on Instagram at Josh Fremd MMA. Follow me at Comments from the Peanut Gallery. Thank you to Danny Bailey behind the glass, making sure that we stay on track with everything. Thank you to DenverSportsBetting.com CEO and Ryan Garcia and executive producer Anilo Piro. This is Jordan Kurtz sitting alongside Josh Fremd. This is the MMA Plug presented by DenverSportsBetting.com on Mile High Sports Radio 98.1 FM.
Yeah, little thick bitch, fine little mamacita. Always coolin' by the pool, drinking margaritas. Yeah, it's pippin' over here and we ain't trippin' over pesos. I know it's good now, but luego